But I want you to leave the audience with one more last bullish message and tell them why they need to buy some Bitcoin.
Oh, I got a couple. Firstly, I am this bullish on Bitcoin. Again, I haven't lived in Australia for 3 years because my base case is Bitcoin's going to monetize really rapidly, and I don't want to be living in an authoritarian, tyrannical government it's a prison colony in an island, okay, when Bitcoin's at $1 million or $10 million a coin, because I don't know how the Australian government will react. We saw how they reacted in 2020, and I don't want to take chances on that. So I genuinely am as bullish as I sound online. I genuinely believe Bitcoin's going to monetize much quicker than most people think. And I kind of back that up with how I live my life. So most people aren't bullish enough on Bitcoin. I just think all of this is going to happen much quicker than we think. There are no models for how digital scarcity gets adopted by the world. And I genuinely do believe, yeah, we talk about price a lot, but Bitcoin is the most liberating technology in human history. And it is the most impactful technology in human history. And it is going to change our civilization and the world more than any other technology before in human history. That's a big claim. I'm saying Bitcoin is going to be more important than fire. Okay, Alex Svetsky, a good friend of mine, has written an incredible article, Fire, Bitcoin, and Teleportation. And he says those three inventions are going to be, they have been and they will be the most impactful inventions for our civilization. Okay, again, fire was the thing that actually grew our brains, okay? Fire was the thing that for tens and hundreds of thousands of years significantly impacted our evolution, because when we could cook food with fire, we could get more nutrients from our food and our brain grew. It liberated more calories for us. That changed our civilization a lot, dramatically, okay? I'm telling you, I believe Bitcoin could have a bigger impact on our civilization than fire, than the printing press. The printing press completely changed how the world operated 500 years ago. It separated the church from state because it democratized and decentralized information for everyone. Bitcoin's way bigger than the printing press. Bitcoin is going to separate money from state for the first time in 7,000 years. For the first time in 7,000 years, we're going to have a form of money that nobody controls, debases, and cannot confiscate from you. I really do believe Bitcoin is going to be the most liberating technology in human history. Yes, the price is crazy. Yes, I talk about the price a lot on my live streams. Yes, I talk about the ETFs a lot. But like the real revolution here is that for the first time in human history, we're living through what the sovereign individual authors call is the information age. The first decentralized revolution in human history. And Bitcoin is a core component of that revolution, a core tool. And so are things like these other cool technologies we have, like the internet, which for the first time in human history allows us to communicate and learn from anybody around the world. There are 8 billion people right now. I could listen to or communicate with anyone around the world and send them value instantly. 20 years ago, 100 years ago, you could literally only communicate and learn from somebody in your physical location, like 0.000000001% of the world's population. You had to talk to, communicate with, learn from, marry, date somebody who was in a 30-kilometer radius from you because we didn't have cars. Okay, I think a lot of these models we have from the industrial age are still being thought of in the digital age, in the information age. And people are simply not thinking about everything in life in a bigger picture, framework. So again, I guilty once again of talking for a very long time, but I think Bitcoin is the most important technology that our civilization has ever discovered. It is the thing that could potentially save us from living on this planet forever. Okay, I think the invention of energy money is essential in getting the world to cooperate more and getting us off this planet. Okay, the smartest individuals that have ever walked this planet: Henry Ford, Nikola Tesla, the light bulb creator, Edison. All of these guys were fascinated with energy money in the late 1800s and the early 1900s because it's the biggest thing since sliced bread. Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008 created energy money. So I think it really is much bigger than most people think. I think Bitcoin is the most liberating technology. I mean, I could talk about Bitcoin for hours. There's 2 billion people that are unbanked around the world. What happens when you give those 2 billion people a bank account? 20% of the world is locked out of the global economy. 20% of the world cannot create these revolutionary ideas and create a business because they can't get capital because they don't have a bank account. They're locked in the industrial age. How many Albert Einsteins are amongst those 2 billion people who don't have bank accounts? How many incredible ideas do those people have in their brains? A lot of ideas. How many extra ideas, how many extra incredible businesses will be built when people have more time, when they're not thinking about robbing, stealing, or just trying to survive because they're on the rat race because the cost of living is incredibly expensive? How many extra incredible ideas will be created by our civilization when the money is fixed and people can do what they should do? And that is work a little bit, 20, 10 hours a week, maybe less hours a week. Buy the things that they need to survive. And then the rest of the time, they can think about what makes them passionate. They can build a business. They can provide a good and service to the marketplace. I think I could talk about Bitcoin for hours and why it's so important, but I do think it's the most important technology in human history. And nobody has grokked that idea yet. Bitcoin is a binary bet. It's all or nothing. And it is really Bitcoin, or as Nico says, it's Bitcoin or slavery. In the digital age, if Bitcoin fails, we're living under a totalitarian gulag. So it's a pretty big idea.
Well, let's go. I haven't used that soundboard in a minute. So Luke, thank you for coming on, man. Good way to send off everyone on the weekend. Guys, if you liked the bullish signal from Luke, make sure you follow him on Twitter, Luke Mikic 21. Maybe for the audio listeners, Mikic is Mikic. Of course, go follow his YouTube as well, Luke Mikic. Guy's making incredible content. He's out there putting the bull sauce in your ears. Wait, pause. every single day. Luke, thank you for coming on. We're gonna have to bring you back on again with Nico here, so you can turn that bear into a bull just like yourself. Anyways, Luke, really appreciate you, man. It was a great show.
Thank you so much for having me, man. Always love getting on a live stream with the Simply Bitcoin team and absolutely love the live chat.